Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is a weekend, so let's do the whole doggone thing. Saturday, the 21st day of January, National Granola Bar Day. I do kind of like a good granola bar.
You know, I do too, and I hardly ever eat them.
Me neither. We should do that more. National Hugging Day. Get over here, Heidi. National Hyaluronic Acid Day today. I don't know what that means. Squirrel Appreciation Day. I do appreciate squirrels.
Yes, you do.
National
Very much.
Use Your Gift Card Day. So if you have a gift card that you got for Christmas or for something else, good day to use it. National Fruitcake Toss Day. If you got a fruitcake for Christmas or for something else, good day to toss it. And that is all going on Saturday the 21st. Sunday the 22nd, Celebration of Life Day. National Blonde Brownie Day. National Polka Dot Day.
I like blonde brownies.
I do too. We hardly ever have those either.
We don't.
And National Sanctity of Life Day. It's a busy, busy weekend. And I've got a guest, Madison Malloy. She's a very funny stand-up comedian and the author of a new book that I can't say on the radio. Time to lighten the blank up is what I'll say.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, we can't, but we can't say it on the radio. All right, we're going to chat with her coming up in a bit.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com. A Harvard study shows that being lonely has the same risk of heart disease as smoking.
Oh.
Yeah, that's really sad. But I'm glad the folks at Harvard had figured that out. The study explains loneliness, social isolation, or both were associated with a 29% increased risk of heart attack and 32% greater risk of stroke. So,
yikes.
Here's what I'm thinking we all need to do. If you know somebody who might be lonely, I encourage you to send them a note, maybe pick up a phone and call, or the best, if you can, stop and see them. Give them a big hug. I don't know if you remember me mentioning earlier this weekend, National Hugging Day. See? Wouldn't that be wonderful?
That would.
And if you can help somebody who's lonely be less lonely, that's a good thing for you and for them and for everybody. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by bettercreditcards.com.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying. Just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by RadioTravelGroup.com. Heidi, did you know before becoming a classic movie, Back to the Future, which was a huge hit, was rejected over 40 times?
Really?
Yeah. One of the most notable rejections came from a company you might have heard of, Disney. They thought the movie was too risque for family-oriented audiences.
My, how their attitudes have changed.
Specifically, the part about Marty meeting his mom in 1955. Columbia Pictures had just produced Animal House and Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and their executive said, it's a little too tame for our audiences, so they passed on it.
Wow,
Universal
can
Studios.
you imagine?
Yeah. Universal Studios eventually bought the rights, and it became the highest grossing film of 1985, nominated for several Academy Awards, and is one of the most long-lasting movies.
It is.
That to this day, when flipping through the channels, if that's on, I'm going to watch it.
Yes,
every
you
time.
do every single time.
And I've got the trilogy, all three of them.
Yep.
And a good day for me would be watching all three.
All three.
That's a good day for me. All right. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Angela Bassett continues to be honored for her work in the industry. 64-year-old will receive a 2023 Distinguished Artisan Award from the Makeup Artists and Hairstylists Guild coming up next month. That's kind of cool.
Okay.
Dana Guerrera is teasing that her Marvel character Okoye, am I saying any of this stuff right?
I have no
is
idea.
getting a spin-off in a Disney Plus show. So I don't know.
right.
I'm going to move on. I feel like I'm way out of touch. We've not really stayed up to date with all the Marvel stuff. And with the revival of Night Court series recently premiering, and I've heard good and bad, but Bryan Cranston hopes you're in the mood for another classic revival. He's confirmed that discussions are underway about reuniting the cast of Malcolm in the Middle.
Okay.
He told E! News that there's some talk about the possibility of doing either a reunion movie or something. He played the hapless dad, Hal, on the Fox sitcom. He feels the cast of the show was so great, it would be fantastic to explore what happened to this family 20-some years later. I agree. Would be kind of fun. All right. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Chaotically accurate food observations. And this is from some people on Reddit. It says, when you buy a pizza from a place that only sells it by the slice, you're pretty much having a pizza party with a bunch of strangers that day.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. Charcuterie is just a Lunchable that went to Harvard.
That's true.
It really is. A fish stick and a hot dog served together on the same plate is basically surf and turf. I never thought of that, but it would be, wouldn't it? Macaroni cheese with sliced hot dogs is carbonara if you're super vague about the details. It's like I'd like your finest carbonara. I'm like, is this Kraft? Is that Oscar Mayer? Okay.
Oh, I am a fan of macaroni and cheese.
This is our finest, though. A corn dog is really just a cheap version of beef Wellington. I never thought of that, but it kind of is.
Oh, yeah, I suppose.
All right. The flavor of water is temperature. So hot water, cold water, room temperature water.
Yeah, that's true.
Never thought of that. For those of you that are maybe just tuning in, these are chaotically accurate food observations that people posted on Reddit. Gazpacho is a vegetable smoothie. Yeah, kind of. Yeah,
I'm not even sure what gazpacho is.
It's a soup. It's like a vegetable soup, and it's like a cool soup, cold soup. The best part of a cucumber tastes like the worst part of a watermelon. It kind of does.
I love cucumbers.
Now you're going to eat the rind of a watermelon? A chicken nugget is a meatball, and nothing can change that fact. Strawberry cheesecake is essentially a plate full of fruit, cheese, and eggs, perfectly acceptable for breakfast. See?
Yeah, I suppose.
Never thought of that. A bowl of cereal is just breakfast soup. Very true.
Yeah.
And finally, corn is really just a speedometer that measures how fast your digestive system works. Oh, my goodness. All right. Thanks for listening to your scoop of the day.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend. Our guest is a stand-up comic, very funny, Madison Malloy. She's also got a brand new book that came out the tail end of last year. I can't even say the real title on the radio. It's Time to Lighten the Blank Up.
Yes, and the good news is if you go to Amazon, because it's my first book, you just have to type in Madison Malloy and it'll pop right up. You can actually get the bleep word in there for you.
What was it that made you decide, hey, I got to write this book because this is something that's needed?
Well, when I left Wall Street and became a stand-up comedian, I definitely went through my own struggles, suffered some depression and anxiety, and just felt that I was constantly in my own way. I couldn't reach success because I was self-sabotaging. And once I finally realized how to just live a happier life and to lighten the bleep up and just to remove those obstacles and those negative mindsets that were really holding me back, I I was able to step into amazing opportunity and bring in such amazing people into my life and, stop trying to control situations I couldn't control and, stop being offended, all this stuff. Once I realized that, I'm like, you know what? I need to put this in a book and I need to give this to the world. And the thing is, I had read self-help books and they're amazing and such good information's in them, but I felt like they were always talking at you. And I wanted something where it would be raw and unfiltered self-help to where people would not only laugh, but they would have an easier time remembering it because of some of the analogies, and to kind of share my story that they could relate to then apply it to their own life. So this was kind of like my way to say, like, hey, this worked for me, guys. Life is really amazing. I'm not trying to escape. I'm not depressed anymore. I'm excited about Mondays, Sundays, Saturdays, every day, Tuesdays. And because of the steps I took in my own life, and hey, here's the guide. Use this. Get out of your own way, because all of us deserve to live an amazing life.
I love that. And the subtitle of the book is Time to Lighten the Blank Up, a self-help guide with a side of humor. And I like that because I've read some self-help books as well. I think a lot of people have probably picked up a copy of one of those, and sometimes they take themselves a little too seriously, don't they?
Yes. And that's why I think some people don't like reading self-help books, because they're going to, they say, oh, they're just going to tell me the same thing. Think positive, drink water, meditate. And it's like, okay, I get it, but how do you really apply it? So I'll use some crude analogies. Being a kind of a filthy comedian, I had to make the book somewhat filthy, but insightful. I feel using the crude analogies will help people remember it because they'll laugh.
I love that. And your perspective is a little more unique than most. I've talked to a bunch of stand-up comedians. They're some of my favorite people on the planet. But you, I believe, are the first stand-up comic, at least that I know of, that has a background from Wall Street. That's kind of an unusual path to comedy.
It is. Sometimes I remember, not today, but before, getting out of my own way and writing this book, I always used to say, am I the dumbest person on the planet? Like, I left the Wall Street career to go sling jokes at comedy clubs where there's cockroaches crawling on my feet. And my payment is a free drink ticket and maybe a slice of pizza. I'm like, what am I doing?
Wait a minute. You get pizza
But
too?
I'm glad I stuck with it.
You are so lucky. You get pizza too? Holy cow.
I know. It was great. It was great.
No, I think it's really cool, and I'm glad that you did what you did.
Thank you. Yeah, it led to so many other cool opportunities. And hey, it led to this book, because if I didn't go through the struggles of following your dream, I wouldn't have had my dream today come true, which is being able to inspire people, have a new book. And now I'm going to be still doing some comedy, but I really am going to be launching a public speaking tour so I can motivate more people, inspire them. But I'll also have the jokes in there too, because I think it's important for people to laugh, because laughter is the key. And we don't want to be too woke in this society, because we lose the humor, and then our comedians can't do their job and we become more tense. And that is not what we want, because it is time to lighten the bleep up.
It is, and I agree. I think it is time for everybody to lighten up just a little bit. And I love the subtitle of the book, too, A Self-Help Guide with a Side of Humor. I think we need a lot of humor right now. So thank you for writing this book, and also thank you for taking the time to chat with us about it.
Yes, thank you. And everyone you can get the book on Amazon or Barnes & Noble, and I also have Instagram at Real Madison Malloy.
Very good. I will throw a link to that in the show notes. Thank you so much for your time today.
Hey, thank you guys. Have a great day.
Absolutely. Again, Madison Malloy, the new book, Time to Lighten the Blank Up. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The can opener was invented 48 years after the can.
Well, what were they using to open the
I
cans
don't know.
before?
Apparently like a gun? I'm not sure. Fun fact for you,
What's
Heidi.
that, John?
Since 1770, there has been a global flu pandemic about once every 20 years.
Oh.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The word facetiously contains all 5 vowels and the letter Y in alphabetical order.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
On average, 3 people die every year using their tongue to check if a battery works. They die from that? When I was a kid, I remember we used to...
Who does that?
You've never done that?
You do that? No, I have never.
Oh, I've done that. I'm not going to say it was the smartest thing I ever did. I've done it. And we all survived, so we beat the odds. And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
People who often feel guilty tend to be the hardest workers. I like that. That's good to know.
Oh.
All right. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. Yay! It's brought to you by Mintervention.com. Here's your question, Heidi. A survey found that couples argue about this the most in the first 10 years of marriage. What is
Money.
it? No. What to name the baby? Yeah, that's what we didn't argue about that.
No, we didn't argue.
We just argued about money.
We just argued about money, and we still argue about money. So,
and the lack thereof. That's the main.
Yes.
All right. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
Do you ever get credit card offers in the mail? Those are usually the worst offers. They spend thousands of dollars mailing them to anyone with an address. The people who actually read their junk mail end up paying the price in the long run. At bettercreditcards.com, we offer a variety of credit card options to fit your needs. Whether you want a credit card to give you cash back or points and perks, or a credit card to help you build your credit, we probably have it at bettercreditcards.com. Give yourself a little credit. bettercreditcards.com.
Now, some weird news brought to you by weirdgiftoftheday.com. Okay, you've heard of FOMO, the fear of missing out?
yes.
Well, move over FOMO. Now there's FOSSI. Is that how you say it? The fear of saying yes? And it does hit a mark. I bet Heidi would do this. Many people struggle with saying no to friends and family and colleagues when asked to do something. In fact, according to a survey, more than half of adults regularly deal with FOSSI, fear of saying yes. Psychologist Emma Kenny says FOSSI is linked to emotions we experience when faced with the opportunity that pushes us outside of our comfort zone. She explains that when we feel it might be a situation where we'll be judged or not do well at something, our instinctive knee-jerk reaction is to say no. A poll found the average adult says no to something they really do want to do every 10 days. The fear of saying yes means 35% think they might miss out on something like making new friends, whatever. 33% have avoided going on a date, and 32% said it's held them back from trying a new hobby. So they're saying, don't say no, just say yes. So, yeah, Heidi's over there. She'll say.
I'm more apt to say no.
And I'm more apt to say yes. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This is kind of cool. It says that these are all movies that are not classics, but people quote them all the time. I'm gonna read you the quote, and you tell me if you know what movie it is. And why is the carpet all wet, Todd?
That would
I
be
don't
Christmas
know.
Vacation.
Margot, good job. How about I Can't Hear Ye, Peach? It's from Finding Nemo.
Oh.
How about No? Austin Powers and Goldmember.
Okay.
Better out than in, I always say. Shrek.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not back in 5 minutes, just wait longer.
Ace Ventura.
Yeah, Pet Detective. Son of a Nutcracker. Elf.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Okay, yep.
The sky's awake, so I'm awake. What's that
I
from?
have no clue.
Frozen.
Okay.
Ouch Town. Population U, bro. Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Oh, yeah.
Grace. Oh, she passed away 30 years ago.
Christmas Vacation.
Yeah. And I can't say this on the radio, but I'll say, get your bleep together, Carol. Bridesmaids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. These are all classic things that people say according to our friends at BuzzFeed. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
If your plan for the new year involves getting your financial life in order, I suggest you start with your mobile phone bill. How much do you pay every month? If that number is more than $15, it's time for a Mintervention. Mint Mobile makes it affordable and easy to switch. Get a new phone or bring your current phone. At Mintervention.com, you can see the current special offers from Mint Mobile, offering premium wireless for just $15 a month. That's far less than most people are paying, just $15 a month. Learn more now at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Harlan Ellison says, the two most common elements in the universe are hydrogen and stupidity. I can relate to both of those. All right, quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show this weekend.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of radiotravelgroup.com. Here's the headline. A restaurant worker buys a homeless man a meal. And I would love to think that this happens far more often than it does, but it probably doesn't, or it wouldn't make the news like this. But here's a really cool story. A kind-hearted restaurant worker helped a homeless man feel like he belonged while also paying for his meal. It says, Rhonda Chung said she was dining at a place called El Sur Street Food, and this was in Little Rock, when a homeless man walked up to the counter and asked for food. The person came in and asked if they had any food they were willing to toss his way. The guy behind the counter said, hey, you know what, I'll pay for your food. And if you'd like to hear some recommendations, and he was kind of saying, here's some different things that they have,
Right.
Right off the bat, he offered a huge Cantabo Balera instead of trying to give him some cheap thing, just chips and whatever.
Right.
He asked the guy if he wanted to eat at a table or if he wanted to pack it up to go. When the guy said, you sure I wouldn't be bothering anybody if I stayed here? The guy behind the counter said, I am not bothered by you being here. And he offered him a table.
Right.
Isn't that great?
Well, that should just be.
It should be. But again, I think it's far more common or far more uncommon than you would think. The Post got over 3,000 shares and hundreds of people praising the restaurant employee for his compassion. It says, amazing food, amazing folks. This is the Arkansas I want, according to Chung. How great is that?
Well, how sad is it that that's so rare
that it's become national news?
I mean, just kindness in general is just missing from.
Exactly. And here's the thing. You can be kind to people without spending a bunch of money. I don't know how much it costs for this meal, but I guarantee you this guy's been paid back over and over and over and over. People coming in to see them and giving them tips and other things. I'm sure that has happened. I'm positive that has happened.
Yeah.
Just because, again, the number of people who commented and shared and all of the praise. So you can be a nice person. It's not bad to be a nice person. It's good, and I encourage it. So
Right.
Probably goes without saying. All right. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.